Hello, everybody. It's Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and we are here with
Suck it.
Captain Asshole Brandon and the newcomer Scott, who I go work with security at my workplace. And we're here to give you guys a Royal Rumble review. We're gonna go down the line and we're gonna talk the positives and negatives about this Royal Rumble.
Let's start with the pre-show match.
I missed some of it.
Well, honestly, we didn't. I probably wouldn't care. It probably sucked. But Jack Swagger, Mark Henry won.
Let me throw this out for it. Out of the whole thing, the pre-match show, so much botching, it wasn't even funny.
Really?
So, way to go. Dude, it was botched by Swagger so bad. It was Mark Henry and Swagger who won, but they botched the worst.
But probably because Jack Swagger was high again.
Probably. He looked like it. He's like...
Remember, the people.
Yeah. He's sitting there like with the ankle lock on Bubba Ray.
Yeah.
And Bubba's not even responding. And what's his name? Mark Henry comes up and does a big splash on him. And he's trying to pull him away from Jack Swagger so he can pin him like he's supposed to. And Jack Swagger's not letting go. So he just turns around and just lays down on freaking the Ascension and 1, 2, 3. And that was
yeah, I saw that part. I was like,
that was so
that made no
stupid.
sense. I'm like, huh?
So, way to flop, WWE. Way to flop.
Again.
Flop! Noodle.
Again.
Yeah.
That was another flop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, of many.
That's fine.
Well, that's with anything with John Cena's a flop. But, that's just
But as you can see, we want Damon Sandow back. Why don't you give it a shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sandow's underrated.
Now to the main show.
So, opener is Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose in a last man standing match. Match of the night. Match of the night for me.
it was a great one.
Yes.
Definitely great. You got to see the driver. What was the driver called that Owens did?
Oh, it was a version of the Takemichi Nuku driver.
Yeah,
but
off
it
the
was
top
more
rope.
of a inverted brain buster when you actually get a
through
full
the
look at
table. Brandon missed the first time I saw it, but then we saw the replay. He even went, oh.
No, I didn't get to the replay. That wasn't me. That was
it. Yeah,
Jose.
he missed.
I missed the whole thing.
No, oh no,
He
you
did.
saw the Michi driver.
No, I didn't.
He
Yeah,
missed
he
the
did.
No, he missed
No,
the
I
replay.
didn't.
He got
I
called
was
back
over
into
there.
the kitchen because
Yeah, but you saw the replay though.
No.
Yes,
Because Jose-
you were there, dude. I saw you.
No, that was
No, I
the
didn't.
other dude. He got called into the kitchen by Jose.
Yeah.
I swear, I saw him with the.
Anyways, it was a very impressive match. It ended very well. It lasted a decent amount of time. Like I said, it went about half an
Thank
hour,
God.
maybe a little bit more. It was great.
Yeah.
Way to go. You
wasn't-
hit that nail on the head with this one, WWE. You didn't screw
Yeah,
up.
no, that you gave these guys a good amount of time, and you made the IC title mean something again. Back like an Attitude Era, where it was like your second world championship, and it meant something. Now you can tell they're trying to bring credibility back into that title again, which is great. And you made the title seem like a world title, in my opinion, with this match, and this proves that these two are going to go far in the near future.
Intercontinental Championship.
That's what I said, Intercontinental.
You said world title.
No, I meant to say like I made it.
No,
I said you made it look like a world title match. That's what I said.
At least it wasn't a 5 to 10 minute paper match like they've done before with the IC
Oh
title.
yeah. No, compared to the years before. Oh yeah. No. This was
John
far
Cena
superior.
match when he had the title.
So we'll move on to the next match.
The next match, I believe, was the tag team match. Usos versus New Day. It was an okay match. New Day ended up retaining the title. Titles. It was a decent match.
By predictable means.
Yeah, it was a decent match. It wasn't great or anything, but it wasn't bad.
Need to be how the Usos are high flying, and then how Kofi is known as a high flyer. They should have implemented that more.
Yeah.
They had it towards what is more outside the ring, not inside the ring.
Yeah.
Even though the outside dives were great, but Kofi really, I don't think he did any technically high flyer.
Well, there was a few botches too, I think.
He got put back on the ring and got kicked off by Chris Jericho. That was great.
I forgot that there were a few botches in that thing.
There was a few.
There was actually quite a bit of botches on this show, actually. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, there was. Watch me screwing up. I dropped my balls.
Oh, especially in the next match too. So do you have any final thoughts about it?
Meh.
Okay.
They
Next.
Take off the unicorn horns. Okay.
It looks like a.
Yeah. Next, we got Del Rio versus Kalisto for the United States Championship. First of all, I gotta be honest, I'm surprised Kalisto won. And it was actually, again, not a bad match. It was given a decent amount of time, although there were some botches in this match.
There was a lot in this match.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what major botch. It's like
when Kalisto does the off the rope spinning thing and elbows you.
Oh yeah.
Del Rio was on the wrong side, and he just ran right into him instead of actually hitting him with an elbow.
The botched code breaker or.
Oh yeah, I couldn't tell. It wasn't a code breaker.
We couldn't tell if he was trying to kick him in the lungs, or if he was trying to get him a code breaker,
or trying to do drop kick his knees.
Oh, don't forget the hurricane around to the post at the end. Like he completely like.
Yeah.
Just, it looked awkward.
Del
on that.
Rio did a lot
The
of bad
attempted roll up
sets.
that didn't work. Yeah.
The which one?
The attempted roll up that didn't work.
Or that
Oh
weird-
yeah.
or
Oh yeah, the
weird,
roll up. I forgot about that. It
Or
was
the
so
weird throw up he tried to do into the ropes that didn't quite go as planned for Kalisto when he tried to
Yeah.
throw him and it didn't.
Yeah,
Quite
but
panned out.
Kalisto's champion. But my question is to you guys now: what are they gonna do with Kalisto now? As United States champion, will he
Well-
hold it till Mania? And if so, what are they gonna do with him?
He's gonna face John Cena when he returns.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull that crap, which I hope they don't.
Because you know Cena would win.
Yeah, you know they're gonna go to that prick, but hopefully maybe they build since AJ Styles has made his return. Sorry, spoilers, but
We'll talk more about that later. But yeah, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Anything?
No.
Okay, next match: Charlotte versus Becky Lynch for the US Championship. Again, it was a good match. It wasn't great, but you know what? Again,
It
I'll say
ended-
this. I'll say this.
We were more excited about what happened after the match than we were what happened in the match.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
talk more after. The match was still good. I'll say this. Compared to what we had back when it was all deals like Kelly Kane, Eve Torres, stuff like that, it was...
well, Eve Torres did some moves.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, where there were more as, you know, what's eye candy, you know, like
Yeah.
Eva Marie now. Now they actually realize we got to focus on the wrestling. And at least they're attempting to try to give us wrestling.
Rivalry or athletic competition like you used to
Well,
see during Lita and Trish Stratus back
Main
in the day.
Event Raw, with Leah freaking broke her neck.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But there were still a
Nothing.
couple botches in this one.
Charlotte did do quite a few botches.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what else she did.
One of the roll-ups was wrong, and then when her dad interfered, there was, I don't know, there was...
Oh yeah. Oh, forget Ric Flair. I think you made the great comparison. Ric Flair is the new Roshi, Master Roshi.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude, Master Roshi.
Yeah, I agree. Just with more hair this time.
We freaking make out with
It's
Becky
getting
Lynch. I
there.
was like,
It's
oh,
getting there.
Oh, yeah.
freaking the slap was awkward. This is all she did. Watch.
Yeah. And
Like,
then,
what was that?
then the supposed clotheslining spear with the wrist.
Oh, I didn't like the
How-
ending when it was a spear. It's like,
No,
really?
anytime her spear, she hooks him with the wrist. She doesn't get him with the shoulder or the forearm. It's always with the wrist.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
just
like,
looks awkward. I don't like her doing the spear. And the
And
fact that she
it's-
won with that, it was just
you
like,
try to
really?
hit anyone like that unless you're like used to like NFL players who could do that. But with her,
I would prefer another
her
roll-up.
arm would be snapping back.
Well, I would prefer if she just rolled up and grabbed her tights or something. I just don't like the spear.
But it ended
her spear.
predictably with her dad interfering, causing interference, and her doing
We
the
all
thumb
know
to the
that's what
eye.
happened.
That was
Now-
extremely predictable, unfortunately,
now-
with the way her character's going.
He actually caught this out that there was a certain diva that was going to make her mark after the match or during the match or something.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be maybe Bailey because it was in Orlando, Florida, and that's where she lives right now.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be Sasha Banks, which was still awesome.
That was one of the toss-ups. They were,
and the fans
was Sasha
were
Banks,
awesome. The fans were awesome. during that.
Bailey, or a total surprise no one would ever think of, but there were so many different names.
Yeah.
So it could
Hell,
have
you could
anyone.
run Sister Abigail. That would be interesting.
That was actually one of them. They said maybe Sister Abigail starts making her mark, but I haven't heard anything on
Yeah,
who's
not yet.
supposed to be.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
One I heard could be Daphne, but I don't know. That would be interesting because
Yeah.
the Scream Queen, she ruled in ECW. She was killer in WCW.
Oh, was
and
it
she was
Paige?
great
That was
in-
the other one, Paige, right?
Yeah, and Paige was supposed to come out possibly in Natalia, which would have been killer because I would love to see a Hart get a push
Yeah.
for once.
Yeah, Natalia is just underrated. But Sasha Banks ended up coming out. She attacked Becky Lynch and then attacked Charlotte, which
Well,
now...
she set up Charlotte. Don't forget,
Yeah.
she did the BFFs, the whole
Yeah,
setup.
which I thought maybe would have been cool angle if they were like friends until all the way to Mania, and then all of a sudden Sasha just turns her back on her and says,
Yeah.
"No,
But
I'm
you know,
playing.
but
I
when
want
it
my
came to
time."
making your mark, you're not gonna do something like that. You're gonna make.
No,
your
I know,
mark.
but I just think that would have been better build it all the way to Mania. You would have
Possibly.
like 2-3 extra months before
But at
Mania.
least now she knows. It's like, okay, you betrayed. Now, how does it feel to be on the receiving end again?
Yeah, so now the question is, I think we could see that match at Fastlane, and then maybe
Possibly,
it
or
could,
build up.
Yeah, I
Build
could
up
see
too.
happening is they could do it at Fastlane, but it could be like what they
A
did. Trish Stratus.
disqualification and becomes a triple threat at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They could do that, or if they bring Bailey on the show, they could do a 4-way. They'll have 4 horsewomen too. That's a
Yeah.
possibility too.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts about this?
Nothing.
All right, so now let's go into the main rumble.
Just more
itself.
Bailey, more. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, more hugs. Hugplex
Yeah.
City.
Or I would love to see if they had, would be an insane triple threat match. Would be Paige, Bailey, and Becky going all at
Oh
it.
yeah.
That would be.
Oh, that would be
hell
a
of
great match. Oh,
Especially if they had it either like a no DQ or let them push
I
the
still
limit
want like
more.
to see a championship
Do
screen.
that. Let it be a
into-
ladder match.
Yeah, or TLC. let them go really full out. A TLC
Championship scramble matches, Hell in a Cell. There's so much you could do with them.
or triple threat TLC. To me, that would.
When a woman gets busted open, it's considered PG-13. So,
Yeah.
Well, they need to up their rating system anyway. So
moving on to the final match. The
So Royal
Rumble.
Rumble.
Yeah.
So first of all, Reigns started off, and Rusev was the second entrance. I did not really expect that, but it was good because Roman Reigns and Rusev were the last two in the Rumble last year, so it was kind of good build up from last year. Reigns quickly eliminates Rusev. Okay.
kind of predictable.
Yeah.
Fish.
Then number 3 comes out. We were trying to think, okay, who's number 3? Maybe it's going to be some jobber or somebody.
We hear
And
this
then-
weird music.
Yeah,
We're
hear
like,
weird
who
music,
is that?
and then all of a
Turns out,
sudden, AJ Styles.
Styles.
It is true. The rumors are true.
The phenomenal one himself.
This is not ribbing. This is not fake. We witnessed this. AJ Styles was here. It was the real deal, and the fans went nuts. I almost lost my voice. I got this on camera, which was
Yeah,
great.
I
He almost lost his voice. He thoroughly lost his nuts.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's another review
weird.
there.
It was just weird. Like we can even talk about Austin Aries to kind of NXT. That could be another video too. But
That
no,
was rumored to be a surprise entry, but
yeah. But I don't think they would
There
have
wasn't
done.
enough room.
they could have eliminated.
Well, I
Jack
mean, there was,
Swagger.
like I said, Chris Jericho
Yeah.
was there. Of course, Brock
or
Lesnar was there.
Ziggler, so no one
Yeah,
really cared much for him.
Honestly, I didn't expect. We all thought all 3 members of New Day were going to be in, but only Kofi was in it.
Yeah.
And Chris Axel was the only one out of the
we would
social
thought at least Bo
outcasts.
Dallas to go against his brother Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt, which people they are related.
And then one of the other surprise entrances, which I didn't really expect, but I had kind of back in my mind, was Sami Zayn. Came out number 20,
Yeah.
eliminated Kevin
Because
Owens.
they said someone from NXT was supposed to make their debut for the main roster.
Yeah, I
and
heard about that too, so I wasn't too sure. Was
My
it Finn
toss-up-
Balor? I thought it was Finn Balor
My
because
three-
AJ Styles and Finn Balor because
Yeah.
they were part of the Bullet Club and everything. So it
My
would have
3
been a Bullet Club
toss-ups
reunion.
were Finn Balor, Sammy, and
Samoa
Samoa
Joe.
Joe were my 3
Yeah.
toss-ups because both of them have been.
Hey, don't look
well
at me. dude. I
accomplished.
thought that what's his name, Baron Corbin would have been.
Yeah.
I thought
That
it was
was one
fine
of the
time
other
for
names
him
I
to
heard
come
tossed up.
because at this point, with his character in NXT being what it is, they could revert and make him that lone wolf again, that's strong on his own, that
Yeah.
doesn't do that talky bullshit, and they could just put him back in the way he was in the WWE. It'd be perfect time to put him in. And being the size that
Maybe
he is,
Fastlane could
he
be the debut day though for him. So you never know.
Or even Mania, like
Yeah.
there's so much stuff they can do with them. And like I said, we know Nakamura will probably be at WrestleMania probably
Or
with
it
his
could
contract
be
expiring.
that or Fastlane could be his debut. So
True,
'cause they
yeah,
said it's
Nakamura
supposed to
could be his debut
well,
too.
Nakamura's contract isn't expired yet.
He's
so
still under contract with
He's
New
got
Japan.
time to re-sign.
But so far, I've heard
Just
he's
like what's his name, James Storm did.
Yeah.
So
Which
we're not going to
sucks.
put much account on him right now. I would love
When
to see
he
him in
comes,
WWE,
then we're
kind of.
gonna start.
Yeah.
His style would have to be dumbed down for WWE though. So
Unfortunately.
I'm actually hoping he does not sign with them. Sorry guys, I want him
Or-
where he's at. He's too impressive to join with the WWE.
or if he does, let him still use his own.
Yeah,
style.
he needs to
They
be in
won't-
charge of his own
That's
character.
the reason why his moves are not PG. They will not let him.
True.
do
It's not just that; it's also the different ring style. It's a Japanese style. But then
Yeah.
again, if you're willing to sign like one of the most popular guys, Kenta,
You
I mean,
gotta-
there's no
Oh,
excuse.
and you notice he went for the Styles Clash a couple times, so it's not they're letting him use it. So
Yeah.
They're
just so you know.
teasing it. That doesn't mean.
But they know that's a key signature, so they're gonna have to let him cross it over.
And he's got the Pele, so that's what really counts because he used to win with the Pele.
Yeah.
So,
Well, here's the thing with the Styles Clash. Michelle McCool, that was technically her finisher first, and she did it. But it was still PG.
But there's a lot of other people that use that same move though too.
And
Cesaro had his is similar.
Yeah,
Too.
exactly. And
So
he
there's
still
just a
uses
lot
it.
of inversions of the same moves.
So
who eliminated AJ Styles?
it
it was Kevin
Kevin
Owens.
Owens.
And then
Owens.
Sami Zayn came in and eliminated Owens.
So came right down to it. Brock Lesnar came out, eliminated
And just
all
destroyed
three.
the Wyatt
He
family.
destroyed the entire ring. Got rid of the 3 members of the Wyatt family. Bray
No
came out
surprise there.
and
Yeah.
predictified.
They got
all 3
called in.
came in and they eliminated Lesnar. Lesnar put up a good fight against them, but he got eliminated.
Well, he eliminated him
What was-
again, but then
But what
unfortunately,
was really surprising the fact that once he was eliminated, that he didn't go back in the ring
And
because he
destroy
did
it.
it last time.
Yeah.
One of the downfalls was we did not get to see Goldberg show up. So I
which
think
we would have loved to have
needed to-
seen,
Well, that was just a big rumor. And Daniel Bryan didn't even show up either, so.
Yeah.
which would have been a great surprise entrance.
But Daniel Bryan's still on the injury list. That's why he'll
Well,
recovery
but-
list.
Yeah,
But the doctors
but
have cleared him, but it's just WWE doctors.
supposedly cleared. So I don't know.
Yeah.
His
I don't know
doctor
what
cleared him, but I don't know about. But we've
Yeah.
seen how the WWE doctors are.
Yeah. But
We can name a few wrestlers.
It still
where they
looks a little
botched on.
sore right there. I'm gonna make you wait another 2 months.
Yeah.
But
or
yeah.
to say, oh yeah, you're fine, but it turns out injuries were worse than they thought.
My prediction is that he's gonna be out till SummerSlam. I honestly
Oh, yeah.
believe he will be out till SummerSlam. I also
Or
believe,
he might be coming back maybe this fall. If
I think he's gonna aim for something big like SummerSlam.
Well,
Yeah.
it would be cool even seeing what they did down Brian AJ Styles at Mania. They could do that.
yeah, possibly.
And then they still have to figure out who's gonna go to WrestleMania to face the title holder.
Well, I think that's predictable. I think we all
It's
know
gonna
who's
be
going to be.
Roman going
Yeah.
against Triple H. It's almost
Oh,
a guarantee.
well,
Unless,
that's another
yeah.
thing. Well,
Unless they do a triple threat match, or actually, good thing, because remember when Brock lost
Brock
at
Lesnar.
WrestleMania last year, he came back to Raw and destroyed Cole. He destroyed the
Commentators?
camera guy.
Yeah.
He destroyed everybody.
I mean, think about
so
it. Triple H, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar, 3-way for the
a fatal three-way. So you never could. You know, Brock's going to be doing something.
they're doing Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar, I guarantee, after this.
Yeah, but you
Actually,
know,
I think at Fastlane, I don't even think it's gonna last the Fastlane. I think it's gonna be Triple H versus Bray Wyatt, because that thing
Yeah.
that happened, I think it's gonna happen.
I don't know, but they're going to do Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt.
But
I
you
guarantee
know-
you.
And who
He's-
eliminated Bray Wyatt? Was it Sheamus or was it?
it was
I think it was Jericho, right? It's Jericho.
no.
Reigns. Was it Reigns?
I think it.
Triple H.
No, it was Sheamus. Sheamus bro kicked him.
Oh yeah, and then
Yeah, that's
and
right.
then
it
he
was-
picked him up and threw him out.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But
that
It
when
was
was
Triple H.
No, I think,
No, I think
No,
it
it was
was
both
he
of them.
helped.
It was both of them.
And that's when they tried to start tag teaming up on Reigns.
Roman. Yeah. But
But-
that's another thing we forgot about. So Rollins gets taken out early by the League of Nations. He comes
Predictable.
back acting like Super Cena, like, oh God, predictable. And then what happened? Number 3 comes. I go Triple H watch, and
We
then
kinda-
bam, Triple H
we
comes
know
out.
he was
as,
gonna be-
as predictable as the Miz going straight to commentary.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
And who did he
I expected-
eliminate when he ran back in?
Nobody.
No, wait.
Oh, that's right. He just
He got eliminated by Ziggler, I think it was, right?
No, Jericho, I think, threw his ass out.
Okay, yeah. And then that's Triple H came out. The fans were excited as hell. It came
Right.
down
which I don't understand why people would want Triple H to come out and have the title in the first place.
because
Yeah.
they don't want Reigns.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense. Reigns is more of a
But-
wrestler than Triple H is right now.
Yeah. But one thing we could agree on, though, when we all guessed the surprise entrance, if it is AJ Styles, no matter who else would enter in after him, would not get the pop and cheer.
Agreed.
from him.
Oh, definitely.
No one else could, and no one did. Everyone was literally the entire audience.
Was
the entire
AJ
time
Styles.
was
There were people
yelling
who-
AJ Styles the entire match.
Yes,
Oh,
there
after.
were characters that came out that normally get cheers for on
They
the
got
Raw,
some, but
and they
nothing.
were getting boos. Like Titus O'Neil got booed.
That was surprising.
I
'cause
was
he's
like,
been getting
what?
I'm
cheers
not, I'm
the
not
past few
surprised by
days.
that. He's being treated as a joke, honestly. He's
Well,
being
that
treated as
and
a
it's
joke.
like, why
But people
have
went
him in
ape,
the Rumble?
but people went ape shit when Sami Zayn came out.
Yeah.
He,
Oh, yeah.
he did get his full.
He got a
Oh,
good
because
pop.
it's Sami Zayn. Everybody loved him.
But
especially
there was
Nobody
people-
cared. Nobody cared when what's his name came out either.
Ziggler.
No, the man that gravity forgotten.
Oh, Neville. No, he got a
Neville,
big pop.
Neville got some. Neville got
He
some
got a
pops.
good. He got a good pop.
Ambrose got a good pop, and Bray Wyatt got
But
a decent
everyone knew
one.
Ambrose so come, but they didn't think
Well,
Neville was going to be in it.
Yeah, but the thing that surprised me was 3 remain. It's Ambrose, Reigns, and Triple H. We're all thinking.
Well, don't forget, it was also very predictable. The Final Four were Sheamus and Hunter with.
Yeah, but here's the thing: what we
and
didn't predict
Reigns.
was Sheamus gets eliminated, and we think, well, Ambrose is gone, and then Roman Reigns is the next
But-
one out, and
well,
we're like, what?
It wasn't very predictable, but we knew there was a very good chance that Reigns was going to lose. That was one
Yeah,
of the
we all
biggest
knew Reigns was going to
predictabilities.
lose, but we didn't expect him to get out like that early. We
Yeah.
expected Triple H and Reigns were going to be the final 2.
But you know they wanted to do it to where he had to watch. It's like, okay, I just lost, and the match is still happening.
and it came
And
out
you know what's
Ambrose.
funny? You know what's really funny? Is the way that Ambrose got eliminated by Triple H is the way that I believe Shawn Michaels eliminated Triple H in the Royal Rumble.
Which one?
I don't remember. It's one of the early ones when he had his head between. He was in the ropes and he got his head between his legs and he just stood up like that.
Oh yeah.
Shawn Michaels eliminated Triple H to win the Rumble.
Yep.
The last two
And no,
guys.
he did that to the British Bulldog when he hung there.
Oh yeah, Shawn Michaels.
He did that to the British Bulldog. Shawn Michaels did that to the British Bulldog. And
Okay.
he was that famous dangle of him and his not even his toes not even touched.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it kind of
That was a controversy.
Well, no, you could clearly see his feet never touched.
Yeah, but it was that they call it controversy.
Yeah.
Though. And then that's when he eliminated him.
And so that's where it partially came from, plus when it happened to Triple H.
So Triple H has been eliminated by that, and he used it.
Yep.
So that was very interesting to me. At the same time, I would have rather had Dean Ambrose win it.
Oh, I think everybody
on
would.
the simple fact that Triple H is past his prime, number one.
Not as bad as some others, but yeah.
He's still a good shape for an age, he is.
Technically, they're still using him as the CEO or COO of the company.
And that doesn't make
so
sense.
It doesn't make sense to have.
But that's, yeah.
Well, that's the thing that...
They're kind of almost going,
So unless
unfortunately, how
they're gonna put him back-
WCW went, where they had Bischoff start getting involved physically, and it's...
So unless they put
Yeah.
him back on the main roster as a full-time wrestler,
And him
they made a
drop,
mistake.
and have him...
I don't mind
drop.
him defeating Roman Reigns. That makes
Yeah.
sense. But for him to hold the
But
championship
he needs
does
to,
not.
but
Well,
he needs to
yes,
say you
yes, here's the
officially,
thing.
or give him the
Well,
choice.
here's the
you
thing.
stay active roster as the champion, and you have
I mean,
to drop
if Cena
the
hadn't been on
COO.
the injury list, could you imagine if Cena beat?
Oh, it's been predictable.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
See,
no, I
this is
hate
exactly what
it.
happened. No,
And
this is
Orton.
exactly what happened. Was because Cena got on the injury list, they had to use him. That's how
Yeah.
that had happened.
And same
Well,
thing
see,
with
well, they
Orton.
are planning to see a Taker at Mania. That's what they're planning on going, and they're
They
planning
better
to.
not.
That's
There's
what they
also
were
saying-
going for. I
And
guarantee
you know
that was what they were
would've
going
done
for.
almost close to the same thing if Orton was in it too. If he didn't injure himself again. from who
but here's
knows.
the
So,
thing.
anyways, we're getting way off topic, and we got to wrap this
Well,
thing up.
here's the
this
thing,
way.
though. Like I said before, originally they were going to do Triple H and Seth Rollins at Mania. That was their ultimate goal, was to do that match at Mania.
Oh yeah.
Here's the thing.
Don't blame Kane for that. He tweaked his knee because he.
No,
jumped
I'm not.
Yeah.
Was I blaming anybody? No, I
I
wasn't.
just I
Accidents
want to
happen.
preemptively throw that out there because
But I
I'm
wish
surprised
Kane
he
could have
did.
been. They wish they would use him more as the dominant force of when he first came in against the Undertaker in the Hell in
But
a
here's
Cell
the
match
thing.
He's not
against
working out.
Michaels.
That's the
But-
problem. He's
Yeah.
not working out to
But
show
here
that.
is
Because they don't want him to.
But see, here's the
Because
thing.
unfortunately, the
Well,
storylines to give him are
Here's the
joke.
thing, though. I want to point this out. We can all agree, none of us want Reigns to win again. We can all
Yeah.
agree on that.
I
But
wouldn't have
they
minded. I wouldn't have
They
minded.
need to tweak his character better or do a
But
rewrite.
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing we got to work on. But we could definitely all agree Ambrose would have been way better choice to win
Yeah.
the Rumble.
But look. If Reigns had won, they could have had a big old Royal Rumble tomorrow to see who would face him. And it could have been Reigns at WrestleMania, if he retains the title, and he would, versus, I don't know, in a one-on-one match for the title at WrestleMania, maybe AJ Styles.
That would have been killer.
That I would have rather seen them one-on-one.
Yeah.
Well, I think, that's the thing. That
Now
as soon
we're
as-
going to see who
'Cause
made
AJ
a bigger match against AJ Styles. Chris Jericho. Now at Fastlane, you're going to see Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles. I'm
Or have
positive.
them as a tag team would be a really good.
No.
But that's not. Well, here's see.
Or him and Neville
Now there's these possibilities.
would be a good tag
I
team.
guarantee you now they're doing Triple H and Roman Reigns. But
Oh,
here's
yeah.
the thing. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the fact Triple H won because it's the Royal Rumble curse. He's already won a Rumble. Yes, he's a part-timer. I didn't want to see him win the championship. But here's the thing.
How many Rumbles has he won? How many Rumbles has Triple
This is his second time winning.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I get that. You know, I agree with you. I don't want to see guys like Triple H win. As
He's
much
better
as
than Cena?
I'm a Triple H fan though.
No,
Here's the thing. But I'm gonna,
no, yeah, Cena has two.
yeah, Cena has two. Rock has
Um,
one. Batista has two.
The only
So
one
the
who
other
has one,
person's-
the one who has the most is Stone Cold with three. But he didn't do them back to back. He won them after a couple of
Well,
years
yeah,
between
but-
each one.
but
so
that's
it
the thing,
wasn't.
though. But
they
like
did
I
it.
said-
That was a better
like I said,
storyline. That was a better
I
era.
still would went with they should have done Sheamus and Reigns 1-1 man just to finish out the rivalry, and they should have gave Ambrose the win and have Ambrose and Reigns at Mania. If they would have done that, that would have been
They
satisfying.
wouldn't have had to do that mania. They should have that match, a rematch at Fastlane.
Oh yeah.
But
And then they
I
could
would
do
like
something
that
better.
Mania
Right, you know
though.
they're gonna have something set up with that title for Fastlane.
Well, what happened is he
guaranteed.
beat Ambrose for the title. Triple H would run in, pedigree him, and say, because we believe you cheated at WrestleMania at the Royal Rumble, you are hereby stripped of the title. You will be fighting
Well,
for
that,
it, but it's no longer
well,
yours,
I don't
and
know
you'll
what
have
they're
to
gonna
face
do.
your-
That's the
your-
thing.
Do that
your
one
opponent,
storyline again.
me.
I think they've done that before.
Well, I don't know what they're gonna do, but here's the thing. But this is what I like. We're all debating, and there's so much stuff now they can do. And this is a good thing. Now with AJ Styles here, and now Sami Zayn possibly now fishing on the main roster.
Hopefully.
There's a dream match right there. Sami
Yeah.
Zayn versus AJ Styles.
Or
But
if you
there's
tag
three
team
things
up,
with Kevin
if they
Owens
wanna
they can
do
do
that
at
with
Mania.
Owens versus.
Here's what I see.
Who would
There's
go-
so many options
Here's
right
what I see.
now.
Here's what I see. I see that they're going to have a build-up, and there's going to be a four-man against four-man
Or-
tag team match, and it's going to be the Wyatts versus Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles,
Yeah.
Sami
No,
Zayn,
or
Or
I
and
see that.
another
Bobby
big match
Ziggler.
would
I
be
see that.
interesting. Rollins versus AJ Styles.
They've
That
done
would
that match
be-
back in Independence. Back in high
Yeah.
schools, they did that, and those matches were good. But the
So-
problem,
AJ Styles just has a lot of opponents that he gets to take on, which will be fun to watch.
well, that's
Oh
the
my
We're
God,
getting
yeah.
off topic.
yeah, we're getting way off.
So
topic. The bottom line is this:
the
I
Royal
guarantee
Rumble was
you,
okay, but it was kind of predictable.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
a lot of predictable.
it was
and
still
botched
predictable.
moments that
But
were
the
kind of
AJ Styles
foreseen.
thing for me
That was
saved
great.
it.
I hope-
AJ Styles was
I wanna
awesome.
put this
That
out
made
there.
up.
I hope Big Show did not hurt his ankle in that with the tie up in the ropes.
That
Because
could cause some severe damage.
That could
he's
cause
already
sprain.
had an injury to one of his legs.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah,
that might have been
from
one. And
that
if it
Del
is,
Rio botch.
he could be out for a few hours. So
Yeah.
or for a few months.
But let's
So,
say suplexing everybody was hilarious.
Yeah.
I hope to God that tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw, that we do get Braun Strowman one-on-one with the Big Show.
That
Oh,
they
yeah.
could do that.
That would be great, or they save that for Fastlane and have the Battle of the Giants, something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
we'll see what happens. Overall, this was actually not too bad. Again, it was
Oh,
still
yeah.
predictable, but compared to the last two Rumbles, I think we can agree this was way better than the last two
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Rumbles.
well, let's get our ratings on it. Preston, what do you give this match?
Out of this whole thing, I gotta be honest, it was way better than I thought. I give it at least around a 6.8. A 6.8. Just to be, a lot of it was good, but although it was predictable and there was botches, but I have to give it
Yeah.
fair.
Scott, what do you think?
If they went with someone else and they didn't have, when he premiered, that was great, but it was mainly when the rumors with AJ were coming.
Yeah, that was
That
everybody.
worked it up. If he wasn't, this Rumble probably would have gotten a 4, maybe 5. But since he premiered and did handled himself quite well for that little bit with Reigns and the others, I gave it about an even 6.5, almost 7.
Okay, I gave it a 7.3 on the simple fact that we had two matches that were great. We had the Royal Rumble match, which wasn't great, but it had the confirmation of AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar.
And the surprise
just
NXT entrant too.
completely devastating
Oh my god.
Braun Strowman. I mean, not the whites, but just the way
that
he taken him out.
Yeah, that was a
Three
stiff
hits.
clothesline.
We're talking 3 hits, and he took him cleanly off his feet.
And that first
Yeah.
clothesline
Nobody's done
was
the
a
impressive
thunder to the
right?
ground
And then
clothesline.
the
We're
and
talking
of
about
course,
stiff close to him, like
Yeah.
he got like.
and keep in
right
mind that we
there.
also had the first match tonight, the last man standing match. That match was excellent.
Especially
so I give it a
that
7.3
driver. That
because
was amazing.
it was impressive. I wish I had seen the driver. I'll probably look it
You'll
up
catch
online.
on. They'll
Uh,
guarantee show it tomorrow night on Raw.
I give it a
Yeah.
7.3, maybe even a 7.5. There was a lot of disappointment with the rest of the matches
Yeah.
because there wasn't enough hype to them.
They could have done better with
One,
the
I
Becky
like the way it
Lynch
ended. The other
match,
two
though.
was
Yeah,
bad.
it was so good, but
they
it could have been
do
way
so
better.
much more.
I agree.
But a 7.5 is one of the highest. 7.3 to 7.5.
Definitely best Rumble
is
in a
one of the
while.
highest
We'll say that.
ratings
Best Rumble in a
I've
while.
given any pay-per-view
Predictable,
in the
but best
WWE
Rumble in a
in the
while.
last 2 years.
I
Yeah.
agree. With
So
the
that
Rumbles,
includes the last Royal
they've
Rumble.
been
Yeah.
pretty
So
predictable.
I'm just gonna say that
Yeah.
it was decent enough
So-
to watch and
Oh, yeah.
hopefully memorable.
But
Yeah,
almost
but-
one guarantee I could put for tomorrow night with how Lesnar was, and we saw him, and he didn't do nothing tonight after the Rumble match.
Somebody's
I
getting their ass
guarantee you, someone or someones are either wrestlers, active or not, announcers, anyone, just like what happened after WrestleMania. For him, tomorrow night, almost guaranteed, anyone's going to be a fair target. Someone is going to, or actually, well, most likely, someone's are
Yeah,
going to
exactly. But
get sent to Super
yeah.
Lake City.
but
Either first class or coached in a very
We're
harsh
talking
manner.
with all 3 of them in the ring. He just ate.
He
It was like, dude,
threw them
I
around
wanted to
like
see all
rag
4.
dolls.
I want to see all 4 of them
Yeah.
at the same time and just
yeah,
watch
that's what I
them
thought was
turn
going to
it.
happen.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so the last thing I gotta mention before we go is Ashley won the Rumble contest at number 3. So congratulations to
Oh,
her. But that's pretty much it, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Live reactions will be uploaded by this week. They were good, pretty good live reactions. But all I'd say is take care, all my peeps. I'm Preston,
Fuck you.
and this is Scott.
Ayo.
Fuck you.
And thank you for watching this video. That's all we can say is not bad, WWE. Not bad.
Oh,
Eat
yeah.
me.